Okay, today's video is looking at long division. We saw in long multiplication how we multiply two large numbers together, numbers with more than two digits. So how do we divide by a number that's got more than two digits? We can't simply use our bus stop technique, and there are some different ways of doing it. I am going to simply show you a means that uses subtraction. Now, a problem with just simply taking away 54 from a large number such as this, 6,421, is that it would take a lot of deductions to get us down to zero or to as near as zero as we can. So what we have to look at is the fact that 54 times 10 is 540. Remember, when we multiply anything by 10, we put a 0 on the end. So if I took 540 from the 6,421, I'm taking out 10 lots of 54. I could, however, check to see if I can take more out than that. For instance, 54 times 100, another 0 on the 54 is 5,400. And a quick check tells me that 5,400 is actually less than the number I'm dividing from. It is less than 6,421. So I can take it from it. So can I go any bigger? Well, let's have a look at another 0. What about 54 times 1,000? What happens if I take 1,000 lots of 54 out? Well, 54 times 1,000 is 54,000. So when I compare it to the number I'm dividing from, it's obviously a lot bigger. So now we can't take 54,000 from 6,421. So we're going to have to deal with hundreds to start with. So I've looked at that scale to see, which number, what's the biggest number, or what's the biggest multiple of 10 that I can take from the number I'm dividing, and we've got 5,400. So if I take 5,400 out, I know I've taken 100 lots of 54 out. So let's see if I can do that. Remember, long subtraction, there's a pre-GCSE video on that, if you're not sure how to do long subtraction. But the answer will be 1,021. So taking 100 lots of 54 out is 1,021. Can I take another lot of 5,400 out? Well, no, because 1,021 is lower than 5,400. So now I'm going to jump down to 54 times 10. I'm going to take 10 lots of 54 out. So I look at my numbers, I take it out, 1,021 take away 540. Again, practice your long subtraction, the answer will be 481. So now from that 6,421, I've taken 100 lots of 54, I've taken 10 lots of 54, so altogether 110 lots of 54 have come from that 6,421, leaving me with 481. And now, because that 481 is less than 10 times the number we're dividing by, we now have to go to just taking away 54 each time. Now, the good thing is, because we've been taking 10 lots out, the maximum number of times that we'll be taking our number out at this stage is 9 times. So you can see from this series of subtractions, gradually each time we're taking 54 out until eventually I get down to the last subtraction by here, which gives me a remainder of 11. So I've taken 54 out 8 times with a remainder of 11. Or even 9 times even. Sorry. With a remainder of 11. So, going back to our original sum, and I apologize for the mistake here, it should say 6,421. 6,421 divided by 54 is 100. That 100 lots of 54 we took out. Plus 10, the 10 lots of 54 we took out. Plus the 9 lots of 54. and the remainder of 11. So the answer is 119 remainder 11. Notice that I don't have to do any decimal places with this. In an exam, if there was no remainder, then it would fit into it nicely. So you wouldn't be expected to put it down as a decimal unless you're using a calculator. So that is how we do long division, removing 100 lots of it, 10 lots of it, and then one lot of it at a time until we're left with a remainder or nothing.